What does it mean to live a good life? We'll look at 4 ideas from history: Aristotle, Confucius, Epicurus, and the Stoics. Each one has a different answer, and together, they might help us figure out what a good life could look like today. We'll start with Aristotle. He believed that living a good life meant finding balance. Not too much of anything, and not too little. Let's take a look. What if everything you thought about happiness was wrong? Aristotle, a father of Western philosophy, would think our obsession with success and wealth actually misses the point. Stay tuned, as his ideas could change your life. Aristotle didn't see happiness as just joy or pleasure. He called it eudaimonia, which means living well and being your best self. To him, true happiness comes from living a life of virtue, finding that sweet spot between too much and too little of everything, also known as the golden mean.
Like tuning a guitar. If the strings are too tight, they snap. If they're too loose, they don't make a sound.
Exactly. Being good or having virtue is like getting that perfect tension. Wisdom is finding the middle ground between acting too quickly and overthinking. Aristotle believed that a truly happy person values contemplation, taking the time to think deeply about life and the world around you.
Ah, the old mind spiral. Nothing bad ever comes from thinking too hard.
Okay, so just thinking isn't quite enough. He also talked about being involved in your community, what he called political virtues, and enjoying life's simple pleasures in moderation. You've got to watch out, though. Everything can be ruined by too much or too little. Eat too much and you'll get sick. Eat too little and you'll starve. The same goes for emotions and actions. Courage is the balance between being reckless and being a coward. Living well means finding the right measure in everything you do, balancing your mind, social life, and personal joys.
All you need is affordable housing, access to healthcare, trains that run on time, time to work out, great quality foods.
I see your point. Aristotle does concede that things like money and health are important. They help create a stable foundation for a flourishing life.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that's not real happiness. If you always chase money, you'll miss out on a truly fulfilling life. The good life is about working together, developing good habits, avoiding extremes, being kind, and thinking deeply about life. That is eudaimonia. Next, we'll hear from Confucius. For him, a good life stems from harmony, being in balance with yourself and the people around you. Let's see what that means. Imagine a busy village in ancient China. Every day, the villagers gather in the market to trade goods. In the village lives an old farmer and his lazy ox. One day, the ox decides it doesn't want to plow the field anymore and lies down. The old farmer tries everything to get the ox to move, pleading, pushing, and even offering the ox a carrot. Nothing works. Fed up, he sits beside the ox and starts to eat the carrot himself. Seeing this, the village children laugh and ask the old man what he's doing. He smiles and says, "Sometimes, to teach others, you must first show them the way. If I take care of myself and do my duty, perhaps my lazy friend here will learn by example." This story captures the teachings of Confucius. 2,500 years later, his ideas on living a good life challenge our modern ways of thinking. Confucius asked the big question, what is the right way to live? His answer is found in the Way, or Tao, which means to be good, kind, and always learning. To live well, you should do your roles and jobs to the best of your ability. Behave well, and follow traditions to keep order and peace in society.
But what if some traditions don't make sense anymore?
Think of it like being part of a team. If everyone does their part, father to son, ruler to subject, friend to friend, the team works smoothly. This sense of duty is key to personal and community well-being. You must show Ren. Be fair and kind to others. Rituals and traditions are also an important part of living well. These aren't just empty actions. We are connected with those around us. Through rituals, people learn discipline, respect, and the right way to behave in society.
I don't know if you know this, Phil, but humans are social animals,
Yeah, I know,
so maybe our personal happiness is closely tied to our social environment.
Well, Confucius believed that leaders play a crucial role. If those in power act well, their behavior sets a good example, leading to a well-ordered society.
So, is it time for the leaders to step up?
Maybe it is. Now, we turn to Epicurus. He believed happiness came from enjoying simple pleasures and letting go of fear. Here's what Epicurus thought about living well. It's an early winter morning. The world is quiet, the air crisp, and frost glistens on the window. As the sun slowly rises, your face warms under its gentle glow. On mornings like this, you have two choices. Stay cozy in bed to enjoy an extra hour of sleep, or lace up your sneakers and head out for a run with friends. Sleep is tempting, but staying in means missing out on reaching your personal best. Which do you choose? Well, if you're Epicurus, you're already out the door. Epicurus, an ancient Greek philosopher, said the biggest things stopping us from living our best life are the fear of gods and the fear of death. We spend most of our lives worrying about what happens after we die.
Do we just stop existing? Will we be punished by our gods? Or do we go on to live another life?
Epicurus thought the people in charge used this fear to control others for their own goals.
But if the gods do exist, do they really care about our earthly soap opera?
Probably not, according to Epicurus. He saw the gods as peaceful, happy, and above human affairs. They don't punish or reward us. Instead, the law of nature governs the universe, while they enjoy never-ending pleasure. Atomism is the idea that everything, including our souls, is made of tiny particles called atoms. Epicurus liked this idea because it's a scientific view that tells us there is nothing to fear. We can trust our senses to give us good information about the world, and once we're done, our atoms go back into the universe.
Cosmic recycling.
Kind of, yeah. And there's no reason to fear what happens after life, just like there is no reason to fear what happened before we were born. Epicurus thought pleasure was the beginning and end of a blessed life. And pain should be avoided wherever possible.
That reminds me, I need to cancel my gym membership.
Not so fast. Some things that feel bad in the moment can actually end up being really good for us. And things we think are great, like food, alcohol, or sleep, can be pains disguised as pleasures. Too much of them can cause problems, like addiction, or feeling stuck when life gets tough. We should go after higher pleasures, like being with good friends and family. Healthy relationships help us learn, feel safe, and build strong, happy communities. So every morning when we choose between staying in bed and going for a run with friends, let's remember Epicurus. Finally, Stoicism. The Stoics teach us how to stay calm in the middle of life's chaos and focus on what we can control. Let's see what we can learn from them. A trader, a slave, and an emperor walk into a bar. The bartender asks, "What can I get you?" The trader says, "Keep it simple, just a glass of water." "Water for me too," says the slave. "I find peace in the little things." The emperor says, "Make it 3. True strength is knowing when to hold back." The bartender raises an eyebrow. "Water with a side of self-control? You guys must be Stoics." Stoicism is a school of thought that teaches how to find peace when life gets a bit crazy. It started in ancient Greece, 2,300 years ago, by a man named Zeno of Citium. Zeno was a trader who made a lot of money selling goods across the Mediterranean. One day, on a voyage to the city of Piraeus, his ship was destroyed along with most of his things. Alone, with very little to his name, he did what anyone would do.
Cry?
Yep, all the way to Athens and into a bookstore. There he found the works of Xenophon. Xenophon was Zeno's teacher, until Zeno created his own school, that focused on how to live a fulfilling life.
Eudaimonia.
Eudaimonia, which means living well and being your best self. Zeno and his students were known as Stoics, thanks to their habit of meeting by the painted porch, or stoa poikile, each day. They worked out the 4 qualities that lead to a fulfilling life. Practical wisdom, the ability to make good decisions. Courage, the strength to face challenges. Justice, treating others fairly. Temperance, having a balanced response to events that happen. Life comes with its ups and downs. You never know what you're going to get. The only thing we can control is our thoughts and actions. Everything else is out of our control, like the weather or how other people behave.
Or whether your flight will take off on time.
I prefer to stay grounded. The best we can do is focus on what we can control and accept what we can't. This is known as the dichotomy of control. I'm not made to fly. I've accepted it. Stoics still believe we should do our part to make the world a better place. We may not have full control, but we're social animals with influence. We should use our influence to live in harmony with nature.
How do we do that?
Self-reflection is a good start. A diary helps to think about our actions, learn from mistakes, and try to be better the next day.
Do I need to be better to have a good life?
Good question. Being a genuinely good person is the only real path to lasting happiness. We might prefer being rich, strong, and pretty, but these aren't needed for a good life. Anyone can have a fulfilling life, if they make the choice to. So, what do you think? Which philosophy makes the most sense for life today? Aristotle's focus on balance, Confucius's call for harmony, Epicurus's simple pleasures, or the Stoics' calm in chaos? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget, these ideas are just the start of the conversation.